Hello, Flosstube, it's Valerie, and it is Monday, January the 6th, 2020, the last day of Christmas. My grandmother, being Scottish, was always a believer in you kept your greenery up until the end of Epiphany, which is today. So that means as of tomorrow I should be taking everything down, but we have company coming and it looks so pretty and it's still wintry. We actually got a little snow last night, so I have a feeling it might stay up a bit longer. It's supposed to be good luck to get all the greenery out of your house by the 6th. I don't know if it's the greenery or just Christmas. Anyway, my plan was to sort of de-Christmasize everything and make it kind of snowman wintry, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I hope you had a lovely Christmas if you celebrated Christmas. Whatever holiday you were celebrating, I hope you had a wonderful time with family and friends and are happy and excited and eager to start the new year, as I am. I just noticed I have one hand that I painted my nails and the other I did not, which shows you how indecisive I am as a person. I can't commit. I have a real commitment problem to things. Yes, you may have noticed with some of my projects, but anyway, I thought that was funny when I saw it. I thought, should I paint it? And I'm like, nope, not going to do it. I need to see my friends, so I will see you and paint my nails later. What have I been up to? We had my children all here. 2 of them are still here. 1 has gone back to California, so that was really lovely. Saw lots of friends, ate way too much. I really need to go on the straight and narrow now for the new year. So I'll be working on that. I may have some company. I don't know if any of you are working on that, but I'm happy to have you join in with me and see if we can, battle the battle together. I had some questions. Let me see. A lot of people are still asking me about Teresa Baird's work and where you can find her. The name of her company is Heart's Ease Exemplar Works, WRORKES Works. You can email her directly at heartseaseew@gmail.com. I know Kitten Stitcher I've seen, The Attic, Sassy Jacks, Stitching Bits and Bobs. Lots of places online will have a few of her patterns, so if you hunt for them, you can find them. But you can also contact Teresa directly. I know she's very happy to do that. Somebody said, is she going to be teaching a class anytime soon? And I just was reading on the Attic's newsletter, which is a wonderful thing to pour over if you want some good eye candy. Check that out anyway. But mentioning that she might be doing an online class for her new Virginia sampler. And that was another question, when is the Virginia sampler being released? So I'm guessing soon. And she might pull together some sort of online class to do that with. But you can contact her directly, and she would probably tell you, or the Attic will probably have more information about that, since that's where I got that. Name of the show that we were watching on television about the Scottish Isles was, oh shoot, I had it written down. I'll have to put it across the bottom, but the fella's name is Paul Merton, and I made a mistake. It was not on Netflix, it was on Amazon Prime. But I did find for my husband, excuse me, on eBay, a set of BBC-produced Paul Merton videos about the Scottish clans, which we just watched, which were really fun. I learned so much, I thought I'd studied all that in my time in Edinburgh, and I realized how limited my knowledge is, how much more there is to learn. So, really fascinating. And if any of you have seen those or are interested in seeing those, you probably could find copies of those as well. Maybe they'll put them on Netflix sometime or Amazon Prime. They might pop up. Or I know that Acorn TV, which I don't subscribe to because I'm cheap, but I would love to have someday, which has all the British shows, probably has that as well. I don't think I showed this before, but I did complete my little snowman, Henry. So there he is. He's finally completed. So I've got 2 down, 1 to go, but I feel really pleased because he was part of the Stitch 9 challenge. And the other Stitch 9 that I wanted to do, which I had managed to start before the end of the year, so I'm considering that a win, was the Horse Country Holiday. And I'm doing the Attic conversion Not attic. That's on my brain. The Spring Green Country Sampler conversion in Brash. And that's as much as I've gotten done. He's really fun to stitch. I did show you that other linen that I was thinking I was going to do for my sister before Christmas, and I realized I don't have time, but her birthday is in March, so I think I will do this one for me and then do the green version for her birthday. Hers will come out smaller because it's a 40 count linen, and this is 32 count. Picture this plus Brash. But I just think he's so handsome. I love him, and I'd be happy to stitch him twice because, as I said, he's a really fun stitch. Okay, we had a lucky winner of Stacey Nash Primitives, December 25th, Merry Christmas Pin Keep. I loved reading all your comments about whether you were a bedecker or a minimalist. Fascinating. I vacillate between the two. Depending on the year, depending on my mood. I've never been a minimalist, let me take that back. But I do more or less, depending. I did a little less this year, and yet I still feel like I did a ton. So I liked how some of you said, you know, as your children got older, you handed them a box of ornaments and said, here's one for a box for your house and a box for your house. And I think that's probably what I'll do. Here's my big plan. I always think I'm going to do this. When it's time to put everything away, which should be tomorrow, I'm going to put all the things that I did not put out onto a big dining room table and take a photograph of them. And then I'm going to send that to my children. I'm going to say, is there anything in this photo that you see that you would prefer I not pass along, that you would like us to hang on to? And if they say yes, I will remove those things. And if they say no, I'm happy to see all those things donated, then I would like to take some big boxes to Goodwill and lighten my load a little and let someone else enjoy them. So that's always my plan. I've had that plan for about 4 or 5 years. I have never achieved it. Wish me luck. I'm hoping to do it this year. I have all these ideas of things I want to launch into in the new year, and sorting through Christmas when Christmas is over, I don't have a ton of energy for that, I'm afraid. But anyway, back to the giveaway. The winner of this was Sonia Arredondo, SONJAARREDONDO, and her comment was, I bedeck everything, every room in the house, including my husband's man cave. So Sonia, congratulations. That made me laugh. I used the random comment generator, and you were the lucky winner. So if you could contact me, I will put my email address across here, or you could personal message me on Instagram. I am Stitching in the Barn on Instagram, or it is realstitchinginthebarn@gmail.com if you want to email me. But be sure and get a hold of me so I can mail this to you. I'd never heard back from the woman who won the Halloween magazine, so I'll have to give that away again in the future. It was Elix Chansoro 123 or Sansoro from Paris, and she never contacted me. So Elix, this is your last. Elix. I wonder if that's like Aix-en-Provence. You say Alex Sansoro. I'm not sure. I'm making this up. I'm probably butchering your name. But if you see this, please contact me. Otherwise, it's going in the next giveaway. Okay. Plans for the new year. Commitment problem. I've been going back and forth. What do I want to do for next year? I mean, I have all these whips that I started, a lot for Stitch Mania. I have ideas for really committing, this year being, no kidding, the year of the Fraktur and focusing on Frakturs. I have had ideas in the past about doing so many ornaments a month, and I've, of course, signed up to all these different clubs where I'm receiving packages every month, and I have my Hawk Run Hollow I was supposed to be doing one a month, and what else? Oh, yes, I have quilt clubs coming, one a month. What else? You know, just all kinds of things. Oh, I had said to Jen stitching niche. I was going to join her last year on the Brenda Gervais one a month because I have so many Brenda Gervais patterns. I could do that with any designer. I could just pick any designer at all and do one a month because Lord knows I've got 12 of each designer. But anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm thinking, I loved that Barb and Leanne, my pals from Lost and Floss last year, had Finish It February. So they didn't do any new starts in February. You know, gearing up too, because March, of course, is Nashville Market. And so you see all the new things that are coming out and you're like, oh, yes, 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 that and that and that. I would like to start. But truthfully, I got a lot of things last year at Nashville Market that I haven't started. So I also have a ridiculous amount of things, not only works in progress, but also kitted up, ready to roll, that I'm not even including in my whips. So I'm still undecided, but I thought what I'd do is show you, I pulled out one basket of whips. In my living room, I probably have 3 of these, plus a few others tucked here and there. And that is not even going out to the barn where my major stash is. So you get a sense of how ridiculous I am. But anyway, I thought, well, what shall I show you this time? This time I'll just pick this one basket and show you some things from that. And before I do that, I want to say I do have one plan for sure, which was a Dying to Stitch kit, Grace on Thee. It was a Paulette Stewart pattern. And once again, I couldn't commit. Would I put the words on it or not? And I left it alone for several months. And I've just pulled it out again and thought, you know what? I'm going to add the words. So it will say, God shed his grace on thee, across the top. So that's one plan. A firm plan for 2020. Woohoo! All right, here we go. Oh, first thing I am definitely doing. I'm participating in Fat Quarter Shop, their Stitch Along, which benefits Make-A-Wish Foundation. I will be good this time. I will link below information about where you can make a donation. They suggest for the quilt patterns it's different, but for the Stitch Along, if you're doing the cross stitch, it's a suggested $15 donation to Make-A-Wish, and there's a link that goes directly into their pot. And then Fat Quarter Shop will donate an additional $10,000, and Moda Fabrics will also donate $10,000. And they're hoping to raise $50,000, which would be fantastic. So I will just show you what would happen if you do this. I'll give you the links, and then each section of the cross stitch, it's like a modern, to me, it's like a sort of modern sampler. Because the colors they did it in to show you are sort of bright and cheery, but you can do it in any colors you like, any fabric you like. I'll show you what they've sent. This is what the pattern is going to look like. And so starting February 1st, you would get one pattern a month. They would post one pattern a month on their website, the Jolly Jabber, and you would go to that and you could download the PDF file, I guess, and do that section. And so you're stitching along once a month with us. I can show you now. I think the fabric I'm going to use for this is Picture This Plus 40 count Dapple. It was the one I had thought I would do my sister's horse on. I may do both of them on it. It's this sort of soft bluey green with a very gentle little modeling. I thought that would be pretty with the colors, and I sent for the called for colors. You can either get Aurifloss or you can get a DMC thread pack. And I thought that would be bright and cheery with this. I had thought about doing a sort of primitive conversion for this, and I may do it as well, depending on how ambitious I get, just for fun, see what it looks like done differently. But I thought, what a cute, for spring, cheery, colorful sampler looking pattern, that I would just go ahead and use those colors. So that's the plan for now. I will be starting that on February 1st. you can get at Fat Quarter Shop this wonderful bag, project bag to hold it all in. You can get this lovely scissor fob. I put it on the zipper here. There's also a wonderful big square needle minder that is about this size and really holds those needles. It's fantastic. I love it. So all that's going to be available, and I'm going to put all that on the website. I mean, I'll put all that in the show notes below. All right, here we go. Random. I'm reaching in this bag to see what I've got. Oh boy. I can hardly call this a, well, I did start it. Okay, I was going to say I didn't start it, but I did. Needleworker Sampler, Brenda Gervais. I got that much done. This is 40 count doubloon Newcastle linen, picture this plus. The very most minimal start. This must have been for Stitch Mania, I think. But I love this linen. I love this pattern. I love that it's, sorry, it's got a price tag right in the middle of it. I love that it's Needleworkers Sampler. Very cute. So that's one. This is a Made by Mama Joan bag. Blackbird fabric. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, I put chocolate or something on it because this is the dining room table where the children were eating their candy, I guess. It's a really cute bag. That's one I'd like to work on. Not a Fraktur, but still worthy. Beautiful bag made by Leanne of Lost and Floss. I've forgotten what her bag making name is, but she'd probably tell you. She posts every so often on Instagram. This is the Wool and Flax Company, Paulette Stewart. Again, weeny little start. I can, you know, I feel guilty even saying that's a start, but when you're doing Stitch Mania and you're frantically switching, you know, one day you're doing one and then the next day you do the next, and, you know, that's not a bad start. I think for Stitch Mania, I'm going to do it differently this year. I'm just thinking aloud as I pull these out. Because I really, you know, I get into a project and I really enjoy doing it. I don't like having to put it down and do something completely different the next day. It was great to get a bunch of stuff started, but as you will see, now that I have so many gazillions started, I don't need to be doing that. I think I would much rather finish up some of the ones I have. This one I started, I know, because I couldn't find Miss Bingley's library, which I wanted to do for my daughter before she went off to college. So I thought, well, this would be a good substitute. But I think I'll do it as a companion piece. It's, again, Plum Street Samplers. It is A Gentleman's Daughter. He is a gentleman, and I am a gentleman's daughter. So far, we are equal. So that's as much as I got. So far, I was starting to write. So far, we are equal. Forget who made this bag, but it's very cute. Oh, this one I might consider a Fraktur. Sort of. Not really. This is Nan Lewis of Threadwork Primitives, Beggar's Night. It's not really a Fraktur, but kind of that feeling to it. I have a little more of this one done. This is the band at the bottom. Hold that like that. Starting to say October over there, and the stars. Again, really fun to stitch. Hated to put these away. Not sure what this fabric is. It's Zweigart, I know that. I see the orange line on it, but don't know what number or anything it is. Okay, I hope this is fun for you. American Farmhouse. This is Scarlet House. Another Mania start, I believe. Got that much done. Yeah, it's ridiculous. When I pull these out, I'm embarrassed at how little I have done on them. Oh well, I don't think I'm alone. Here's another fun one. This is hands-on design knee-high. Knee-high. I can't say it without going knee-high. Knee-high by the 4th of July. Everyone and their brother was doing this last year. Except for me, I started late, but got that much done. Really fun. Hated to put this down. This is chocolate milk, 32 count by Stephanie. Fabrics by Stephanie. I think that's the called for chocolate milk. But I like it a lot. I like this linen a lot. Really fun, fun, fun. All of it's so much fun. That's why we do it. All right. What's this baby? Oh. I knew I threw in some sort of oddments into my Stitch Mania mix, just for the heck of it. Pulled out some things that were really old that I hadn't done. This is Homespun Sampler, Lady Martha Washington. Eee! I have to show you like that because the pattern is the picture of her. Got her skirt done, or outlined anyway. And while I was at it, I also worked on her husband, George. Jorge Washington. Again, homespun sampler. And here he comes. He's got to have his little jacket and his breeches. And they will make a cute little set. Oops. They will make a cute little set someday. There he is. So I could finish them up quickly. I should have plugged along with them. I've had those since before I had children. My oldest child, is he 26? He's born in 93. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yes, he is. He will be 27 years old. So that is an old project. Well, I only started last year, but I have owned that for a long time. I'm not sure I put any stitches in this one. I don't think I should show you this, but it's all kitted up. It was the Heritage Sampler, Plum Street. For some reason, that didn't make it in the rotation. So we'll skip that one. Here's one I consider a Fraktur. Okay. Carriage House Sampling. Frederick. I know I worked on him, but the linen, oh wait, there it is. I was gonna say the linen isn't with it. Maybe it's Frederica I was working on. Ah, that's what it was. I was working on his sister, Frederica. Very much a Fraktur feeling. And I got this much done. Don't even know which way is up and down on this. I think that's how it goes. The wing is coming of the bird. I'm not sure what this, oh, this is 36 count Edinburgh Picture This Plus, Tycho. I like this sort of creaminess of this linen. I'm making a big mess, but I hope you're enjoying this. Okie doke. This, I was supposed to be doing this as a stitch along with my friend, and she finished hers beautifully. I did not. This is Brick House Sampler, Brenda Gervais. Love this piece. It is, oh. Here's the reason, here's my excuse. I'm doing it on very high count linen, as I recall. You could do it on 28 count mushroom Lagana, but instead I was doing it on like 46 count or something. So it's teeny weeny, oops, there. little brick house. So it's pretty slow going, but it was fun anyway, and I would like to keep going. Let's see if this tells me what I'm doing it on. Yeah, 46 count beach walk. Under the sea fabric. That's what it is, 46 count. I gotta start using a lamp or something, or a magnifier. I'm getting old. Alright. This one kills me because I've wanted to do this forever. I have the tray all painted and ready. O Tannenbaum. Brenda Gervais. 36 count pictures plus, no, yeah, legacy. Did I start it, or did I just put the linen in there? Oh, I'm not even going to show you. There's a couple piddly little stitches on it, but it's pretty linen anyway. So I have that all ready to go. I thought I had done more on it than that. Oh well. Next Christmas. Da, 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 da. Name that tune. There's always tomorrow. Okay, another Fractory. Blackbird Fractor. Plum Street Samplers. This is on 36 count Lakeside Linen Maritime White. And again, a puny little start. But that's a start. I just need to pick one. I need to commit and get going. I feel like in Elf they go, so-and-so just wants her boyfriend to commit. All right, Kathy Barrick. Love some Kathy Barrick. Which one is this? Ooh. Bird's Eye View. Beautiful. That is my start. Gosh. Ridiculous. It smells kind of neat. Who is it that always sniffs their linen? Is that Kitten Stitcher? Picked up bad habits from you, Teresa. Okay. Oh. I love doing this. I thought this would be terrible and tedious, and I love doing it. It was the Summer Schoolhouse, Brenda Gervais, over 1 Mushroom Lagana, 28 Mushroom Lagana. I did the first one. I love doing it. So now I just have to do the rest of them. What is there, like 4 other ones? For some reason, this was just really satisfying. So I need to get back to that. I've got all the linen cut. Or I've got all the linen here ready to cut anyway. I think I've got it all cut. And just have to commit. I'm going to be committed if I don't commit. Pick a project and go with it. That's what I gotta do. Are you getting tired yet? I still have a bunch in my bag. This one I never started, so I'm not going to show you, but it was Merrily, Merrily We Welcome Spring. I was watching Carol Saltbach stitching, and she said, "Is anybody in the world not done this yet?" And I'm like, yes. Have it all kitted, all ready to go. Little matching Made by Mama Joan bag for my floss. Not done it. Oh, here's some things I did do. I did a whole bunch of those glitter villages. I've shown you them before, but I mean... And I bought the cutest little things I was going to do to finish them. I should put a picture up there. Well, I've got it crowded with junk that I'm putting away now, but I have some pink puts houses and some pink china and some pink trees, and I had this great idea to how to finish the little puts houses. Here's a little, oh, I should hold them up so you can see them. You saw the little church. That's probably the last one I did. And there's the little peach one. And here's the little pink one. And here's the little blue one. And here's the little green one. They're very sweet. Okay, those are the ones I've done. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many are in the series? Thought I had done more than that. I may have some tucked away somewhere else. I seem to have 1, 2, 3, 4 left to do. Are there just 9? Maybe there are 9 in the series. So I've still got this one, this one, this one, and this one to do. And they don't take long, and I enjoy doing them. So I just have to finish them and then fully finish them. Okay, plan for next year. Fully finish items. I have a huge wad of things I have stitched last year and other years that I have not finished. I haven't sent them to anybody to finish. I'm going to attempt to finish some things myself. That's one of my goals. Attempt to finish some things myself and get those things fully finished that are finished. I might even attempt to frame some things myself because I like primitive, old, and crusty. So if it's not perfect, I'm okay with that. My stitching is not perfect, so if the framing's not perfect, that's fine with me too. I did the Early American series, and I think that's one I might attempt to frame myself. It's a thought. What's in here? Oh, Quaker sewing tray. I have the tray. I have a start. Need to finish it. Commit already. Okay. I'm getting near the end of the basket, I think. Here was a silly little one I did for Stitch Mania. Oh. Bag got stuck. It was the ooh, how do I get this open? Okay, sorry. It was the Fairy Little Gnome. And I got that much of him done. So he could be finished. He should have been finished for Christmas this year, but he could be a fairy little Valentine gnome. He's kind of pink. Pink and red. Next Christmas. I know what's in this bag. It's my Hawk Run Hollow. At this point, I feel quite bored with it. Just because I keep showing you the same and I haven't progressed. But I do need to get back to it. I never finished Grammy Jean's block, which was the April block. January, February, March, April. So when April rolls around, I'm going to pick her up again. I'm going to finish her, and then I'm going to move on and see if I can't keep going with this. I do like it. part of me wishes I had changed some of the colors. And then part of me thought, well, it's kind of, you know, something I like about it so much is that it's so folk arty. Oops. So I'll probably continue on as it is charted. I did, as you know, I made changes to Grammy Jean, but she's probably, and I'm going to change this to say Armadale Farm, which is the name of my grandparents' farm. But other than that, I will probably leave it alone and do it as charted. It's actually a fun stitch when you're doing it. It just making yourself do it. What else is in here? Oh, this one I could do as part of the Little House Needleworks Stitch Along. They have a Little House Needleworks Sampler Sunday. And I didn't realize I'd started it. And this counts as one of their samplers. This is 13 colonies. And, my God, this much done. Some of the border, and then it says New Hampshire. I wonder what this linen is. Mystery, oh no, it's 32 count navy bean Lakeside. Nice linen. Just gotta get to it. I didn't realize I started that one. That makes me happy. Well, maybe next Sunday I'll pull that out. Stitch along with you, Vanna. This one, I kidded. I don't think I ever started it. Babushka's Blossoms, so I'm not showing you that. Almost to the end here. Oh. Antiques, Locks, and Keys. Oops. Sorry, Barb and Leanne. This is supposed to be a stitch along with you guys. Bad rabbit. I didn't get very far. Where is it? Ah. That's as much as I did. I should be able to finish this quickly. I should have finished this last year. You know, at least been in the same year. I don't know if you remember the whole story about how I lost the pattern and was moaning about it, and then I lost the linen that I had picked out, and then I lost the floss, and then Leanne sent me her pattern so I could use it and join in, and someone else sent me a pattern, and then I found my pattern, so then I had 3 patterns, and I still haven't done it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, this was a big fiasco. I started doing the Little House Farmhouse Christmas series. You know, I started it, I was going to start it on this linen, which is 32 count raw natural linen Belfast, which would have looked nice. That might be the called for. And then I decided I was going to do it on this. And that's as much as I did. So, back into the bag it goes. Maybe by Christmas I could get that done. It's really shocking when you stop and see how many things you have going, but I like them all. I see them, and each one of them I pull it out, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to work on that. Oh yeah, I want to work on this. Oh, this is the one I was supposed to be part of the Stitch 9, and I swapped it out. It was the Here Comes Santa Claus. That's Nicole Franklin. I have the special printed linen 28 count Here Comes Santa Claus linen, and the fabric to back it and everything. I have Dying to Stitch clubs. I don't need to show you all those, but I want to do them all. What's this? Oh, here they are. George decorates for Martha. Some gave all. And this one's covered up by the floss. Hang on. Pineberry Lane, Merry and Bright. So I really want to do those. Last thing I think is, well, maybe that's it. Phew, you can sigh of relief. I think that's it for that one basket. Well, as a reward for your patience, sitting through all this mess, I hit 4,000 subscribers. Yay! And I believe January 1st was my 1-year anniversary. So I am going to give away 4 items today. 4 very special items. I want you to tell me what your stitching plans are for the year. Hang on. Okay. 4,000 subscribers, yay! So I'm giving 4 things, and the first one is donated by the lovely Teresa Baird, and it's Heartsease Exemplar Works presents Bells Nichols Christmas Wishes. So this is number 1. And it says on here, needle roll, pin cushion, ornament, pillow, flat fold, your choice. So she did this as a needle roll, but she said it would look just as nice as any of those things. And her instructions are really good. And it's just a really sweet Christmas design. So that's number 1 if you're interested in that. If you're interested in number 2, it's again Teresa Baird, Heartsease Exemplar Works, Bells Nichols Christmas Journey. Again donated by Teresa Baird. Peace on earth, goodwill to all. And you can change the date to Christmas 2020 if you like. But it has a lovely old-fashioned look to it. That's number 2. Number 3 is courtesy of Carolyn DeLong, Just Cross Stitch in Limerick, PA, and it is from Lila's Studio. It is Susanna Lynch, 1862, this gorgeous sampler. Carolyn gave me this a long time ago, and I've been saving it. So that is number 3. And number 4, again Teresa Baird. It is the entire kit for the French Bee Etui, courtesy of Teresa. So included are all the instructions to make all these lovely little things and the finishing kit. So she gives you the Duponi silk and the little Whitman's tin and the fabric. So it's a fantastic prize for somebody who would like to make this. It's beautiful teal, bluey green with the gold. I showed it on that interview with her. Just lovely. So that's number 4 is the etui. And I looked up etui. It means a little needle case. A small ornamental case for holding needles, cosmetics, and other articles. Oh, that seems appropriate. So there's that one. That's 4. Number 3 is Susanna Lynch, 1862. I, by the way, intend to stitch this. I also have the small one that I want to do in wool. Another plan for 2020. This is number 3, Bells Nichols Journey. Bells Nichols Christmas Journey. And number 1 is Bells Nichols Christmas Wish. So put down below in the comments, I would like you to tell me what your plans, stitching plans are for 2020, and use the word plan. I'm going to start putting a word search in there when I do the random generator. and say 1, 2, 3, or 4, or any of the combination of those, or all of them, whichever ones interest you. And I want to thank you so much. I also want to say I had some very stitchy kindness. A lovely viewer a friend from St. Louis, Missouri, sent me some patterns, which were duplicates for her, and there's only one in there that I had, so I was absolutely thrilled, but I will be using those for giveaways. And I just want to say thank you. I'm not going to say her name, but she knows who she is, and I was thrilled, and it was so kind of her, and thank you so much. And thank you, all of you. This is so much fun, and I will try and do better for you. I'll try and do better lighting and show you more of the farm, because I know people have been saying they wanted to see more of that, and all that kind of stuff. Hello, I'm back. I thought of some things today. I didn't get my video posted yesterday, so I thought, well, I meant to mention this yesterday, and I did add on a couple thoughts, which are other plans that I had for the new year. I told you how I was watching that show on the Scottish Isles, the Paul Merton Grand Tour of the Scottish Isles on Amazon Prime. Well, in that show, he is wearing the cutest hat. And I am a knitter. I used to knit quite a lot, and I have knit Fair Isle sweaters. I've never knit a hat, and he had this really darling hat on. And so I started doing a little research, and it is a fisherman's cap, they're called. And so I found this group on Facebook called the Fair Isle Fisherman's Cap page, and they specifically knit hats from a pattern by a woman named Anne Sinclair. And so I asked to join the group, and I was accepted, and that is something I'm going to attempt in the new year. I'll put a picture in of some of these gorgeous hats. It's basically a Fair Isle hat, and you could do any at all. They come up and they kind of have a little extra bit at the back, and sometimes they'll have like a long tassel, like a long string and a tassel at the end, or they'll just have the floppy bit at the back. But the colors and the patterns are just beautiful. And that made my fingers itch to do a little knitting. And I thought, well, a hat, that's not too small. It's intense because it's fine wool and it's lots of color change, and you're doing the Fair Isle pattern, but it's a hat. So I thought, well, you can see I still haven't painted my other hand yet. So that's one thing I definitely would like to do this coming year, is knit at least one of those hats. The other thing I really would like to do is make some project bags. I did make some using the Twisted Stitchers pattern, which I've shown you before, but they do not have the clear vinyl front. I have clear vinyl. I know how to sew. I just am always put off by zippers. I'm intimidated by zippers. I've made a few things in the past where I've used zippers, and I guess I just haven't practiced enough. To me, they don't come out just exactly right, and so I get distressed with myself. So I'm going to be easy on myself. I'm going to follow step-by-step tutorials, of which there are plenty, and very good ones on YouTube. And I'm going to try and make some of my own project bags, because Lord knows I've got plenty of fabric, and I just think that'd be fun, and it'd be a good feeling of accomplishment. I still like to buy from different people, and I like to support other people who are doing this. I sort of have a collection going, I like to have one from this person I watch and one from this person, and then I find some people on Etsy as well, and it's nice to share the fun around, but I do have a nice sewing machine. I do have all the supplies. It's kind of crazy that I am not making them myself, so that is something I'm going to do in the new year. And I'm also going to start making my own scissor fobs and yarn. See, I've got knitting on the brain. Thread keeps, because I love those. It was so funny when Brenda and Laura, the serial starter, Brenda sampler stitcher and Laura serial starter said, it's the law. You have to have cute dangly little accessories, because I've always loved that kind of stuff. And I used to make jewelry, and I had a big box that had all the tools and beads and findings and things in it. And I have a weird feeling that I gave that away in a fit of, I'm not doing this anymore. I've got too many crafts. I got to clean out, make room, blah. So I did find a box of old beads and jewelry that was kind of broken that I had saved in a box, you know, to disassemble and use the pieces of to make some things. So I'm excited about that. I have some books I got out of the library to remind myself what I'm doing, and I'll be, you know, I can find tools or get a couple little tools and get going making these. But I'm really excited about that, and so those are 3 little projects that I would really like to try and do in the new year, along the thought of, you know, teaching yourself something new or using a part of the brain that you haven't used in a while. And so I'm really excited about that. So I wanted to be sure and share that with you. I will put in a picture of the Fair Owl hats. And when I make some scissor fobs or project bags, I'll be sure and show you those too. But in the meantime, I hope you get lots of stitching done. I hope you're not too cold where you are or not too hot. And that this New Year's off to a great start for you. And I wish you all good things. Bye.